Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? And I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. Have a very Merry Christmas. Um, Tonight, 11:45, I plan on doing. My birthday's actually Tuesday, but I mean because it's a work night and stuff, I thought I would do a live stream tonight, Friday, and it'd be my birthday stream, early birthday stream. Well, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and also do a review of Christmas Story. And wow, I mean, we're getting a lot of snow here. We're getting over a foot. I mean, for our area, like a foot to almost 2 feet of snow. I mean, we had like one major snowfall whenever I was on vacation. I think this might be the first, like you said, the first major snowfall of, no, second major snowfall of December. And it's definitely a white Christmas, but I mean, it's a little bit overkill right now. So, I mean, I'm staying home, by myself with Maggie. And the first time not going over to family, I mean, with COVID and some stuff involving surgeries and stuff like that, plus uh, the bad weather and stuff, it's kind of like, just stay at home. The nice thing is I can send e-cards to people, e-cards and stuff like that, so I don't have to leave the house. Yeah, nice hand from work. I showed that off on my live last night. And I want to wish everybody, like I said, Merry Christmas. Now let's talk about the movie Christmas Story. And I saw Minty Comedic Arts did a video called 10 Things You Know About Chris Story, which I might incorporate a couple things of that into the video. Now, when Chris Story originally came out in 1983, was it 83? Yeah. I remember there was a show I liked on Wednesdays called Real People. I'll show you, this really dates me. And Peter Billingsley was like the kid reporter on the show. I was a big Peter Billingsley fan. And then I saw he starred in that. And I wanted to see it. I remember telling my dad, can we go see a Chris Story? What's it about? It's a Chris Story. It's a Christmas story. Oh, you only know about Chris. You don't have to go see that or something. He didn't, you know. I wanted to see it. And he wanted to take us to see it when it first came out. And I know it's from Bob Clark, and he directed a whole variety of movies. And he went into more like children's film, but he directed like a whole gamut of different types of film. I know, my one lady that yeah, I used to work with was a big fan of Chris Story, and I said, "Did you know it's from the same guy who directed Porky's?" And she's like, she was shocked. She didn't know that. And I did say, like, he first got his start directing horror films, like Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Well, I mean, he did some stuff in the '60s. I think I had him on IMDb. I can't remember what he did, but I mean, he did stuff in the '60s too, like or late '60s. But I remember Children Shouldn't Play. I mean, I know him originally from horror films. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Um, Death Dream. That's the first time I ever heard him talk, and he did a commentary for Death Dream from Blue Underground, and he was talking about how popular Chris Story was from TBS playing all the time. And then Black Chris, no, I think he did Black Chris, then he did Death Dream. I can't remember, but he also did a horror film based around a killer, which was different. Not the Santa Claus Killer, that was Silent Night, Deadly Night, and he did Porky's, and then he did Porky's too. And I think I forgot he directed Rhinestone. He also directed Turk 182. He directed a movie called From the Hip, which I remember getting when I was at Fort Detrick, Maryland. No one talked about the movie. From the Hip is awesome with Judd Nelson. I know Cisco and Ebro were talking about. That's how I found out about the movie. And I think John Hurt was a bad guy, and they were trying to do something like trying to get like a curse word admissible in the courtroom. I think it was the S word. It wasn't the F bomb, you know. But I mean, that was a great movie. But I was a big fan of, that him. And then I didn't really watch a lot of stuff he did in the '90s after that. I mean, I saw Baby Geniuses, which I was not a fan of. But I forgot he did Rhinestone. Well, anyways, I never. Chris Story came out. I didn't see it when it first came out, and I guess it didn't do that well. But then on Minty's Community Art, I mean, because his pork is so successful, he's able to do Christmas Story, and yeah, I guess he said it. I heard it was a bomb, but he said, I mean, he said what he said. It looked like he was a small success, small, not a huge success. It was like I think it made $20 million on a $3.5 million budget back in the '80s. That's not bad. So I mean, it did okay, but it was just kind of forgotten about, I guess. He says not. He's from Australia. He said it's not popular in Australia at all. Um, and he never heard of the movie. And then I guess TBS started broadcasting 24 hours a day. I mean, while during Christmas and Christmas Eve. Um, I never seen it. And then I saw little bits of it in '95. My friend said it's really good. I finally watched it because I kind of forgot about the movie. I didn't really think about it after that. I always want to see it, but I kind of forgot about it. And the only Peter Billingsley movies I've seen aside from that were Paternity, and then Arcade when he was a lot older. The Full Moon picture, which Arcade was awesome. And Christmas Story was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. It's very funny. He sounds like a precursor to the Wonder Years, kind of. And I like that kind of stuff. And I finally watched it again last night. I realized I didn't do a review of it. I was like, man, I got to do a review of it. The stuff with him and Santa Claus is kind of creepy. Like, oh, oh. That was kind of creepy, though. But I mean, it fed in the fear of some children being afraid of Santa Claus. But I mean, a lot of the movie was really, really funny. A great movie. I was surprised, like, it was based off this guy's book of a guy said, "In God we trust, all those pay cash." I remember seeing that in the title, but I mean, he was the shepherd guy. He was doing like radio broadcasts, and then like in the '60s, I guess they got translated and put in the Playboy magazine. Now I'm sure my one friend I used to work with would be surprised at some of the stories they put in Playboy magazine, but Playboy magazine covered the whole gamut. It wasn't just like the nudie stuff. I mean, it had other stuff too, like informative stuff. They call it Gentleman's Magazine, but even like the other magazines, like Hustler and stuff, had like informative stories in it. It's not just like the dirty photos, and then people people don't realize that, or they say, "Oh, and you say, well, there's a good article in there." Don't say it like, "Yeah, he saw one another," which is true too, but it does have great stories in it. It really does. And that was back in the '60s, and I guess it got turned into a book. It was a bestseller. But the movie's really funny, and there's one interesting thing that Minnie was saying, like I almost said Jack Klugman. Jack Nicholson was interested in being the father figure in that movie, and went to Darren McGavin because they couldn't afford his fee. But boy, Jack Nicholson, that would have been a different. I think he would. I don't know, just the way he does. I mean, that would have been a different tone of the movie. You know, it would have been kind of different. I mean, I love the movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a fantastic movie. Now, Bob Clark did a sequel called It Runs in the Family, which I never saw, um, which looks pretty good, also known as a summer story. I should probably watch it sometime, maybe eventually. And then I remember the only thing I did with Crystal, I reviewed that god awful 2017 live musical, which is, I think, based on Broadway. That sucked. I think I got just. I mean, it got like 671 views. Boy, that movie show sucked. And I guess they did an unofficial sequel to Chris Story for one direct to DVD, which I never saw either. But I mean, I liked them. I love the movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. So hope you like this review, everybody. Till next time, please, as always, please take care, my legion. Awesome. And Merry Christmas. And like I said, I'm gonna put a couple small videos up, including my Christmas dinner. Um, but I want to do a live tonight of an early birthday, probably 11:45 tonight. All right, take care, everybody.